Hello everybody, welcome back to the local basement operation of the Sinaloa cartel, and as always, I'm your host, suspiciously pale, undercover police officer. So in a year where the average American is spending $35 on 2 days worth of sandwich material, another portion of the population is just choosing to spend their financial resources on weird ass shit. Now, right now, if I were you, you'd be asking yourself, why is this news? Why are you making a video about this? People spending in excess online has been happening since there was anything to purchase online ever in the history of the internet. Why am I talking about this in the grandiose year of 2026? Because I can. Who are you to tell me what I can and cannot do? What are you gonna do, come to my house? But really what prompted me talking about this is because of this video, in which Logan Paul again ties his brand to this thing called Liquid Marketplace. I'm not going to go into too much detail about it because you should all watch this video instead of my dumbass, but the cliff notes are that he created another way to siphon money away from his audience, who apparently are actual adults, to throw money into this stupid dog shit. And then once he got whatever amount, again distances himself from any sort of responsibility and plays the, well, I'm asking those evil bastards for your guys' money back. Again, he was touted as the co-owner of this website, by the way. But real quick, let's contextualize this, okay? He began advertising this platform in 2022, way before his reputation was blasted by the previous scams, right? Wrong. The CryptoZoo shit started in 2021, and the investigation by the CoffeeZilla fella was actively happening around this time. So in this specific case, maybe you can make the argument that the victims weren't exactly knowledgeable of the beforehand, right? Okay, fine. Let's pretend that's the case. What about the 40 crypto projects Logan tied his name to on this shitty podcast that took place beforehand? Alright, listen to me, if you buy into one of these Logan Paul shit-tastic ideas, you're either one of two people, right? A, you have been either following the guy for a long while to get sucked into his stardom hype, or B, you're some really bad solo investor that heard about it and decided to throw a chunk of money into it thinking it would blow. Either or, it doesn't really matter, because you would know the guy's history before investing, right? So this is where I'll somewhat segue into what the video is actually about, right? Who the fuck is buying this shit? Who? Logan Paul's victims? Again? You always read online a headline about how, like, some scam artist, or in Logan Paul's case, Logan Paul, gets away with $2 million from his audience, and you're just... And if you stop for 2 seconds and think about who is buying this shit, it really stumps me. But luckily, we have a first-hand account, because if you remember in CoffeeZilla's original CryptoZoo investigation, he interviews some of the victims of the project, and they're all like 30 to 40-year-olds that, for the most part, decided to invest on the basis that Logan Paul's already rich, why would he need a scam? Which, you know, might be a decent take if it was the first scam he's ever run, and wasn't a large public figure that's already had his whole history lambasted forever. But it wasn't the first scam. Keep in mind, one of those fuckers lost 500 grand on CryptoZoo, on the project. $500,000 to a person that 6 months ago, at this point, was shilling a coin called Dink Doink. That coin dropped 97% of the value after he rug pulled it. It doesn't make any sense from any standpoint. He has this history, right? Scams in NFTs, crypto, and most notably, a huge fucking lack of empathy. Hey, remember the forest? Of course you do. I don't even have to clarify what the fuck I'm talking about. I just said forest and you immediately know. You already know how little he cares about the people around him. Given all this, oh, let me throw my money into this liquid marketplace to own a portion of the most valuable card ever. How could anything go wrong? I can't be the only one thinking like this. I can't. So as you all know, or as you've all guessed, he's just gonna auction off the fucking card that is co-owned by the idiots who bought partial ownership through the liquid marketplace crap, is pulling the I'm not related to these guys shit, distancing himself from the company after being a co-owner, and by doing so is unassociating himself with the responsibility of paying back the people that bought into half the card. And this is also interesting because the maximum amount of the card you could purchase on the website was 49%, meaning Logan Paul, he knows what the fuck he's doing. He's guaranteed himself 51% of the card so he could screw over the minority owners. So that being said, it really wouldn't surprise me at all if the whole plan was just to steal people's money. Another thing I wanted to bring up was this Piper Raquel girl turned 18 recently and created OnlyFans, of course, after being groomed by her family to be an internet personality for like her whole childhood or something. And like putting aside how that whole situation is just creepy as shit, she's reportedly made $2 million already so far. Take that with a pinch of salt though, because there's this whole like other can of worms to dive into regarding how her managing team is fabricating her OnlyFans earning numbers to drive controversy and attention to the girls they manage. I don't fucking know, right? I need to go outside. It's so sad I know this. And I just feel guilty knowing that this stupid garbage is happening. Could you put yourself in the shoes of some sad gooner who just bought a subscription to see an 18-year-old victim half naked? Who is buying this shit? So this is what gets me riled up, right? You could be on the internet all day, upset that Logan Paul's getting away with his 30th scam, or that Piper Raquel is ruining her life by getting insanely rich on OnlyFans, something I would do if I were a hot girl with shitty parents. But I mean, really think about it, right? Are they actually responsible for this? I mean, Logan Paul's definitely morally a bad person, right? But are him and the OnlyFans people actually to blame anymore? Kind of like a fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I'm an idiot who needs to find proper ways to spend their income, right? Like, at a certain point, I feel like I'm morally obligated to get upset at the people financing these horrible things instead of the person just putting them out into the world. I'm not saying it's wrong to be mad at Logan Paul or upset that an OnlyFans creator is making more than a person working a 9-to-5 job will ever see in their entire life. But a very real chunk of the population is actively funding this garbage. And at a certain point, to me anyway, you reap what you sow. Thanks for watching. If you're a person that's putting money into this, or know anybody who's bought a OnlyFans subscription, or a scam coin, or a shitty fucking Kickstarter, let me know. Let me know in the comments so I can laugh with you or at you. Thank you. Take care, guys.